King! New York, baby! You're the star! You're the charisma! We got so many stars! We got Judy here! We got Jonathan Aprea! We got Megan Krantz! All the way from Europe! We got Matt the Existential Mensch! Give yourself a big round of applause! You're beautiful! We've got a lot of talent here tonight. Thank you. It's KGB Monday Open Mic. Yeah! Let's hear it! I just have a little advice for everybody. I'm going to give it to you. I wrote this poem yesterday while under the influence of LSD. Okay? Sorry. It's also a robot. So,
make like Mr. Milquetoast, you'll get shot out.
Puppet capital tunnel sentience. How to gatekeep. 2 thumbs, 1 up each butthole.
Make like the
40-year-old middle manager. I've seen that in the workplace. Double discipline, cloud head. This is Bean Party. Short-lived. I thought that was dripping acid from my tongue on my head. The great philanthropist doesn't get caught. Mason and Hamlin, New York City, East 4th Street. I had some fried chicken bowl. It was so delicious.
You've got to sound your A the day you're born.
This is a little advice to all the performers. This is for you.
You chum, it's time to come blow your horn.
Blow your horn, baby.
The taller the tree
Is the sweeter the peach. New York.
I'll give you the whole McGill.
Handbook for the recently deceased. Power low, Robert Greene, color profiles, outlaw, it's more rebel, a trench coat full of babies, start canoe.
Even the mildest kiss is a dan.
Alright, who's ready to have fun tonight? 5 minutes per performer, per star, per superstar. Sign up on Easy Paradise Mag. Follow us on YouTube, like and subscribe. Poetry, comedy, you're all geniuses. We're going to activate the pineal gland. We're going to activate the creativity.
In civilized jungle,
So we're going to get things started.
females adore.
Alright. I'm Matt Proctor. Thank you again. We're here every Monday. Yes. And we have a 2-drink minimum. So try and support the space and meet the requirements for that. I will personally investigate every single person, make sure that's being and then you get 5 minutes per performance. So comedians, I'll time you. Poets, do your thing, and let's just have a great time. Thank you all for coming out one more time. We're going to get things started with a musician, great musician. She performed here last week, and she's going to kill it. Let's have a big round of applause for Charlotte Sessions, everybody.
All right. Hello, everybody. The song I will be performing, I wrote it very recently, and it's kind of interesting that I'll be performing first because the song is called "Morning Forever." So let's pretend it's morning here. I'm actually not a morning person, but I wrote this song about what it'd be like if the day lasted forever and I didn't have to say goodnight or goodbye to this person at all. And yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's adjust my mic really quick. All right. Is this good enough? Yes. Okay. Oh no, that's not good enough. Here we go. There we go. No, it's not good. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Woo! Sometimes I wish this morning forever. Sometimes I wish the sky stayed blue, and all the sweeter visions of the world come true. Just as long as I'm with you. Sometimes I wish it's easy to stay awake and watch the coming days unfold as we write all of the stories that have yet to be told. So they're not left in the unknown. And the sun will never leave. Throughout all the years where you and me will be together till the end. Sometimes I wish there's more time to see the world and roam the streets without this fear, where the daylight's never ending, there be nothing to fear. Just as long as you're still near. And the sun will never leave. Throughout all the years where you and me will be together till the end. We'll be going like the trees. Throughout all the years where you and me will have each other till the end. Sometimes I wish the morning forever, 'cause at night I feel alone and blue, and all the sweet visions of the world go whenever I'm not with you. I wish that I could stay with you. I wish I don't have to say goodnight to you and all of the heartbeats we share. I wish I don't have to say goodnight to you and all the excitement that's there. I wish we don't have to say it at all. I wish we could let our moments last in the sun. I wish we don't have to say goodnight. I wish we don't have to say goodbye. When will I ever see you again? Thank you. You can follow me on Instagram at Charlotte Sessions.
Charlotte Sessions, everybody. That sounded phenomenal.
72 night all over again.
That's right. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
That was classic. Singer-songwriter. Please come back to town. Charlotte Sessions, everybody. Follow her right now. Get out the app. All right, we're gonna keep it going. Let's get. Can we get Samantha Alethea up here? Samantha Alethea, let's have a big round of applause.
I'm just going to give you a quick correction. Samantha alethea-ennis. Okay, so this piece is called The Love Before You. I thought you were love. Me and the divine were talking about you the other day. I had to vent to someone because you weren't listening. Also, I didn't want any beings to judge you. But it was brought to my attention that you never chose me. You know, many moons ago, I knew of a love. Yes, there were other loves before you that still linger in my heart. But this love of mine, we outgrew one another and moved on with the respect that young lovers should always have for each other, because it makes the memories that much sweeter. And I don't mean to compare, but it was one of those kind of loves that reached all 5 of my senses. We were fluent in all love languages. It was a love that would make us lose track of what was going on around us and get lost. Lost on our way to somewhere, lost in each other. Forget who was around us, blind us. Unsuspecting kisses at unsuspecting times. It was gentle and it allowed me to break down my walls of counterfeit strength for a moment and forget I was broken. It was reciprocal. When I poured in, I got right back and then some. Fear didn't reside there because we allowed each other to be safe within our vulnerability. Ego tried to make an entrance, but we let it know that it was not necessary to attend our gathering. We got this, and we sure did. But not to get off the subject, because this is about you. This would have been a love letter. We could have been each other's peace outside of the war that surrounds us. But you chose trauma. We were trauma buddies. And I let you influence me, confuse me, because I thought you were love. Thank you.
Samantha alethea-ennis. Alethea, I'm sorry. Samantha alethea-ennis, everybody. Phenomenal. Thank you. Great stuff. Can we get Lacey Strat? Is Lacey Strat in the house? Yes? No?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. How's everybody doing? Let's out there. Let's. Is everybody got a drink? Their preferred drink of choice.
Yeah, great. Samantha, where else have you performed? Because I've never seen you. In Sydney, New Jersey.
No, Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan.
Maybe. Yeah.
So many places.
Not far side my own.
No. Yeah. Can't even remember a lot of places. It's been
I may have seen
kind
that.
of, the last place was Atlantic.
Where was that?
Atlantic Brooklyn. It was Atlantic Avenue. I think East New York, I'm not sure. A lot of different.
It's good.
Thank you.
Okay, hi. My name's Lacey. I'm just gonna do 2 cover songs, and I got 5 minutes, so let's get into it. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Is it low? High?
It's the high one.
It was hot.
Is it too high? Bring it down?
Better say
Yeah.
It's coming on Christmas, cutting down trees, putting up reindeer singing songs of joy and peace. Oh, I wish I had a river I could sail away on, but it don't snow here, it stays pretty green. Could make a lot of money, then I'm gonna quit this crazy river so long, I would teach my feet to fly. I wish I had a river I could sail away on. I made my baby cry. He tried to help me, he put me at ease, and he loved me so naughty, made me weak in the knees. Oh, I wish I had a river I could sail away on. And I'm so hard to handle, I'm selfish and I'm sad. Now I'm gonna lost the best baby that I ever had. Oh, I wish I had a river I could sail away on. I wish I had a river so long, I would teach my feet to fly. I wish I had a river I could sail away on. I made my baby say goodbye. It's coming on Christmas, they're cutting down trees, they're putting up reindeer, singing songs of joy and peace. Oh, I wish I had a river I could sail away on.
I'm just gonna sing really, really quick.
Sweet voice.
Yeah.
People are talking about people. I hear them whisper. You won't believe it. They think we're lovers, kept undercover. I just ignore it, but they keep on saying we
Get personal. Lacey Strat, everybody. Remember the name. Do you have a band camp? Can we check out your music on Spotify or SoundCloud or Apple Music or?
I have a YouTube, but I haven't updated it in like 3 years.
Hell yes, perfect. I will like and subscribe. That's my favorite kind of social media. It's the 16-year-old YouTube videos from like. I mean, how many YouTube lifers do we have here? I've been on since the beginning. It's the greatest. YouTube. Fantastic. Lacey Strat, everybody. Follow the YouTube. Can we get, let's get Steven Sihelnik up here. Steven Sihelnik, this guy's a great comedian. He's got a great podcast. Check him out. Smart comedy. Steven Sihelnik, everybody.
Keep going for Matt. Matt makes a great room. I was telling him, so I do a lot of mics. I don't really see as much poetry, and it's really good to see here.
Yeah.
Seeing your way, everyone's work. So it's good. Yeah, that Joni Mitchell song is one of my favorite songs. Yeah. I really like Herbie Hancock and the way that he is a version of it. It reminds me of my mom a lot. That's why I bring it up. And my mom almost died last year. She was in a coma for 10 days. And she woke up. She's doing a lot better now, thankfully. Thank you. Yeah, she's going through cancer. A lot of other shit happened. And she like lost all of her hair, right? And her hair's coming back. And I've never been like that happy to see a mustache come in again. You know what I mean? I'm Armenian, so it's like, yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I do stand up, but it's like I'm trying to write an hour about this, right? So I'm trying to work through some of this, and this is the right room to do it in. So that's what I'm talking about, yeah. So when she was in her coma, I was in Greece, like I was over there with some of my family, and surgery didn't go well. And I remember I would pray every day, and I was a big runner then. And I would run every day for like 5 miles because I didn't know what else to do. And I would just talk to God. I've never really tried to talk to God before, and that's when I learned what it meant to like talk to God and have a conversation. And I would do that every day. I came back, right? And I would sit by her bed every day when I got to Penn, and I would just pray there with her, right? And my dad was there, we would just switch off. And she woke up, and I never asked her like this one question that I wanted to ask her that was like, could she hear me praying for her? You know what I mean? Like, could you hear like what I'm saying? And I want to ask her. I'm scared of what she's going to say. That's why I haven't asked her yet. And I don't know. I think she's going to be like, I could hear you, but you needed to brush your teeth at the time. Your breath smelled horrible. Something like that. So, I don't know. Yeah, it's something that's made me think a lot about. It's defined my life a lot. It's weird. Because my dad always used to be my hero. Right? And then it's been my mom more recently. And like how strong she's been. So, I don't know. I wanted to talk a little bit about that at the beginning. And she made it through. I don't know. It made me think a lot about what it takes to get through things. And I think she's been able to do so well and really like beat cancer, like live through this shit because she's not the nicest person you'll ever meet. She's a loving person. She's very caring, but I would not call her nice. That's like the last thing I would call her, right? And I just think about like how you gotta just be a mean son of a bitch to really get through stuff like that, right? You can't like reason with cancer. You can't like have a picnic and be like, look, I put a blanket down, brought some wine. Can we talk about this over the sunset? All right. Maybe we keep it casual. Let's not make it so serious right now. What do you think? That's not what she did. She was mean. She fucking broke the door in. She's like, all right. Think you're gonna mess with me? Huh? You think you're gonna mess with me, Cancer? All right, you know what? Welcome to my world, all right? You thought you were in me? Turns out I'm in you, all right? This isn't a cigarette. I'm smoking PCP. Who gives a shit? I'm supposed to die anyways, all right? I say go to therapy, you're gonna need therapy after this, all right? I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know, I think a lot about that. And it's kind of like, you have a lot of like firsts in your life, I think. Like first, kids, and like when you have kids, like I don't have kids. I see with my brothers, they bought me a lot of time, thankfully. And they're like, they do the first walk, they do the first, birthday. And it's like I'm doing all of the first things with my mom again, is what it feels like. And like she was in town this weekend, and we like put my tree up and stuff, and I just was thankful for that. I got to spend time doing holiday shit with my family, so I don't know. I hope everyone has a good holiday. Bye.
Steven Sihelnik, everybody. There's some interesting things going on in comedy. You don't have to, you just talk. You don't have to be funny. There's like serious comedy now. I don't know if you read about that in the New York Times. I'm not saying that, I think that's great. I think they should convert all comedy clubs into like thinking clubs. And just like podcasts, hypothetical conversation clubs. Like this, the third place. All right, let's get Eliza McGee. Is Eliza McGee in the house? Eliza McGee, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I'm not going to touch it because I always mess up with microphones. My name is Eliza McGee. If you'd like to find me on Instagram, eliza.mcg_. I just released my first spoken word album entitled Boulders.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'll be coming out with a collection of poems that will be available to purchase, print and ebook, hopefully the end of this week. So follow me, eliza.mcg_, and this is a piece from Boulders entitled Grit. I have been stalked in a variety of ways by a variety of men, all whom claimed to be the one whose love was true, whilst they methodically deconstructed the framework of my intuition. Once, I had a stalker who carried high upon his shoulders his charisma, and also, in his backpack, an odd little set of binoculars. He possessed a gift for storytelling so intoxicating, he siphoned up my inner idiot and wove me into the tapestry of his lies and tucked me into the tales of his woes with the comfort of a hypoallergenic duvet. And there were nights when I could feel him watching me through my window pane, through the grease-smudged lenses of his chronic paranoia, desperately plotting to prove from a heap of nothing that I too was a liar. As if that would redact his own web of deception, his double life. As if that could make things right. And when I gave voice to truth and told him it was time, he cracked open, and I could see who he really was inside. And once I had a stalker who needed to own me so thoroughly in order to feel like a man. He steadily raped my spirit so viciously. He left me unrecognizable to anyone who had ever known me. He took from me all that I had and all that I was, and left my soul for dead and in a foreign state. But when I rose from that rubble that my life had become, to wobble fiercely through the shadow of his glassy-eyed stare, and reclaim that last ounce of life he had not yet devoured, I explained to him, You do not have the right, nor the power to rewrite the narrative of my life just so you can run out of here and claim to be the victim hero. And when I gave voice to truth and told him it was time, he cowered, and I no longer feared for my life. And now I have a stalker who severs slowly at the membrane of my common sense, he who listens quietly and touches me softly and cares for me deeply, and the feelings of love that we share, it's the unrealest of shit. You cannot compare it to anything. He stalks my heart. He enters my thoughts, and he burrows into the tunnel of my longing to be held. He stalks me without knowing it. He stalks me without a word. He stalks me without the understanding that he is the one I will be thinking on long after all of our oats have been sowed, long after we have grown old, and I'll look back at my life, at the opportunities that I missed, at the times when my tears had begged for his kiss, long after we have given up hope that we could be us. He will be stalking my heart still. And now that all these stalkers have twisted my synapses beyond repair, having played my most primitive desire to feel cared for, just in time, though perhaps a little too late, I have gasped awake at the revelation that the army of narcissists and their foot soldiers marching for the preservation of the patriarchy must be disbanded before the next generation falls mindlessly in line. And so, what I'm trying to say and hope to convey here on this stage today with you all bearing witness, my message, my prayer, my oath to the stalkers is this: you may no longer presume to consume at will my valuable and finite resources, or pervade the precious crevices of my mind for your self-serving purposes. You may have momentarily broken my spirit with that whip of dick with which you wield your imaginary power and rendered me submissive to your ways, but no longer. Do not believe for one moment more that I am willing to go any further with you down this rabbit hole of false love that you have cultivated in the name of dominance over this good pussy you pine for at all hours.
Hey!
Thank you. So now if you want to follow me, eliza.mcg_. Thank you.
Eliza McG, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That was wonderful. Also, I'm tagging all the performers in the Instagram stories at Easy Paradise Mag. So you can follow people through that as well. You can connect directly to their profiles. So the social media, you don't even have to watch. You can just watch the Instagram moments. Is Dory in the house? Do we have Dory? D-O-R-E-E. We've got a Dory on the list. Okay, let's get, how about Sam Adamo? Sam Adamo from Montreal. Oh boy, okay. Let's get, can we get Jonas Kyle up here? This next, is that okay? Jonas Kyle, this guy owns Spoonbill Sugartown Books, or I think he's a proprietor. So if you've ever been to Spoonbill Sugartown on Bedford Avenue in Williamsburg, you can thank Jonas Kyle, like the greatest bookstore in the world. They have incredibly curated selection, great poet. I think he has a poetry series at the bookstore, so I do, yeah. Hell yeah, look forward to hearing his awesome poetry. Let's have a big round of applause for Jonas Kyle, everybody.
Yeah, well, wow. And then I have to put on my double glasses to read. But anyway, yeah, so I wish everyone a good holiday. I can't see anything. Okay, well, whatever. Yeah, I brought one poem. Maybe I'll just read one, or maybe I'll read. Well, I'll read a short one. Wait, I want to get my phone. Hold on. All right, I'm going to read this first poem. These are all kind of Roman poems. Meaning that I've, for some reason, been reading St. Paul lately. Not as a Christian, but as a philosopher. I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but anyway, so I want to read this one. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Okay. Maybe I won't read that one because I can't find it. Well, all right. I'm going to start off reading this one then. I guess I need this. Okay. Judging. What do you plead? Not guilty. Judging. I sentence you to 39 months. Judging is just what it sounds like. Drudgery. I can't believe we have judges and influencers and editors and every other kind of gatekeeper. They all sound like smudges. And courts and cops sound like prisons. And billions of hours spent behind bars for no good reason. Just to let tech bros rip off every goddamn living creature and crow about it. That's what happens when you let judges do the judging. They get completely out of line and cause meltdown. Y'all judge about crimes, though you do the same crimes yourself when you feel like it. And financial crimes, nobody knows what that is except the money's gone. And you don't get punished for none of it. Unless you're a woman, like Holmes or Stewart, then you actually do some jail time. And I'm sick of it. Sick of your judging when you do the same shit as the people you judge. And meanwhile, the tech bros are like death ray scourges that need to be purged from our DNA, especially from our RNA, because that's how these subhuman fucking fake humans infiltrate us. It's gross how technology is just another goddamn motherfucking death cult. I've heard that before. So what? But you know what? Guess what? Enough of you. I don't care who the hell you are. I won't go down hedging your bets. So I'm just here to say, or I'm here just to say, or whatever to say, you'll pay way more than you'll win if you can't get a coffee and sit down and talk like someone who means something, or sweep the street with a scooper and a broom. I don't think you get it. It's not God who saves us, and you won't save it either. We save ourselves, and fuck you!
All right.
Great. The next
Fantastic. Jonas Kyle, that important public service announcement. Fuck the tech bros. I do have to say that the Easy Paradise Poetry Magazine launch was at Spoonbill Sugartown on Montrose in Bushwick Rest in peace. That was a great place. Jonas, Kyle, let us.
I'm so sad it's gone.
Yeah, it was such a beautiful hardwood floors, and you guys had such amazing selection. All the great poetry books and beautiful paintings. Those orange chairs. Thank you for letting us do our launch there. This is a nice full circle moment. I didn't know you were going to come in, so that's beautiful. Jonas, Kyle from Spoonbill in Sugartown. Go and buy some books for the holidays. Buy his book. All right, we'll keep it going. Is Kayla Egan in the house? Let's get Kayla Egan up here, everybody. Yeah.
Hi guys. I'm Kayla. I'm gonna read a couple poems. If you think about it hard enough, they probably all go together, but don't think about it too hard. The first one's called For You. I'm not really sure how to go about writing a love poem for you, for that night, for that star that shone through the fog of a homeless heart on barefoot tread, because the stones were slippery where the ghosts glided beside us. I could try starting in the middle, but that somehow seems wrong, inaccurate. Like skipping through a beginning and ending up lost along the way, separated from a path that we weren't following anyways, with neither context nor an idea of what might come next. Instead, I'll write for a moment, for a lifetime, for a breath taken in too sharply, and a roof that wasn't screwed on just right, and a story that may never get an ending.
Yeah.
The next one is This House Is Not a Home. I'm running out of real estate, so I'll pretend my foundation is in a stable state and hope someone buys it. They tell me it's a seller's market, so where are the takers to relieve me of this property I no longer wish to own? Even the lowest bidder only wants to lease, but at least he'll keep it occupied. At least I'll be preoccupied. I didn't ask to be a landlord, but I'll keep collecting the rent and hope the next tenant doesn't punch a hole through the drywall. And the last one is, I forgot to give this one a title. If I only write when I'm depressed, then what does it mean when I call you my muse? My musings drift toward the mint plant on my fire escape I assumed wouldn't survive the week, much less the entire winter. But we're both still here, alive and well. The swelling of my heartbreak is going down while the mint is soothing this stomach ache. Remind me why I let myself get so sick. It happened so quickly, I must have forgotten to remember. You were always good at that, making me forget. But the forget-me-nots on my countertop remind me to water the mint plants. And if it can survive my neglect, then I can survive yours. I did.
Kayla Egan, everybody. Forget-me-nots on my countertop. Reading out of the notebook, like real poets, straight out of the spiral bound. Fantastic. That's how we like it. Is Molly Riggs in the house? Let's give Molly Riggs.
Hello, I'm Molly. I'm going to read two poems. They kind of are in conversation with one another. So, the first one is called New York Vignette. It's in the jazz, flooding my 151st Street window. Caught on the sill again between ambulance blares and motorbike rumblings, the throb of music. Trembling the bed, the walls, my hands, and I don't ever descend the stairs. Scared to interrupt. Estranged, I'm a parent on every train downtown toward Times Square in the early work morning. I weave between bodies, alert and asleep, trying not to step on any toes. The impressions I leave could last a lifetime, or they could fade before the next hopeful rolls into town to make something of themselves. Off at 23rd, trying on many mosaic hats, I'll wear confidence on the elevator ride up. 12th floor, but not enough to afford the $24 highballs reddening my ears at a hip gin joint. I'm wondering where the life is, or maybe where it ends. Am I here or turned around again, exiting a stray station, strung out on too much booze, and now the wandering drunk in the park at night is me, sprawled across benches in the moonlight is my brother, is my family hoping to visit and see I'm a self-made man, or at least faring all right? Taking the park steps 2 at a time, considering the consequences of each and every action until I hear the jazz, and this time I'll go in.
Yeah.
Thank you. And this one is New York Vignette 2.
Yeah.
The red leaves clinging to trees and those scattered on the pavement, the brown brick that rises skyward, gates before which there is an altar of burned out candles, Jesus' hands pressed together in prayer. I whisper beneath my breath in the dimly lit seats of the 3 train, last stop at 148th, and I'm all that's left. Of humanity, I try to see an impartial picture. For every catcall, a man who holds the elevator door. For every hot dog stand relishing in soiled bills, a riot of women in Washington Square Park, hungry for change. In the crock of my arms, veggies from the fruit stand, tomatoes 3 for $1. I don't weigh my worth by the amount I can carry anymore. At one time, I had to hold up a torch to see. No one asked Lady Liberty to smile. And from the free ferry, you can't perceive the wear of summer's heat, a thin sheen of sweat forming with each new block I pass on the long walk home. Yeah. Thank you.
Molly Riggs, New York Vignettes. New York Vignettes. Are you writing poems about New York? Yes. Are you reading Frank O'Hara? Are you reading Ted Berrigan? Are you reading the New York School? Are you reading Alice Natalie? Rest in peace, Bernadette Mayer. Yeah. I mean, Bernadette Mayer, you are fucking powerful, God. You are transmitting the Godhead. Rest in power, Bernadette. Read Bernadette Mayer. Can we get Cat Smith up here? Yeah. Cat Smith, everybody.
Small change of pace. I'll be doing some comedy for you.
Yeah.
Doesn't really seem like the crowd. It seems like a weed crowd. Is anyone drunk? Yeah, a little bit. Nice. I like being drunk all the time. I think it's great. Fucking love it. I'm from the South though, so we have a lot of church women there. Trigger warning. Church women. And they like to sit. I'm from a part of the South where we drink a lot, and there's like that other part of the South that doesn't drink at all, and you have like some overlap sometimes. So I kind of have to like make sure of like the company I'm in to make sure I can tell funny stories about the times I've been drunk, because you don't want to ever run into this woman. This is my impression of this woman. Well, you know what they say. Drunk actions are sober thoughts. So you were thinking about doing that anyway. Yeah, so what? Okay? I've never been sober and thought, you know what? My stomach kind of hurts. Let me run away from my friends as fast as I can. Find a dirty alley and stick my 2 dirtier fingers into my throat and throw up so hard that I scream when it happens. Never. Everybody has that thing in the back of their head that when they get drunk they have to do. Everyone has it. Man, woman, child, everyone. Me, I like to fight people. I think it's funny. I like to get into altercations, and I think that's because my dad was an alcoholic. And I learned from him how to fight people when he was drunk. So I was like, this is great. The only problem is my dad didn't really fight people. He had a long-standing, like 4-year long-standing rivalry with the rats that lived in my house. And they're not like the rats that you guys have here. the rats in Florida are different.
How different?
How different? I'll tell you. So the rats you guys have here, it's more of like your dynamic with them. Like it's almost sexual. You guys here, like every time I see a New Yorker look at a rat, I am a little afraid about if it's gonna be like a rape, but I don't know who's raping who. Like they're like, look, it's a rat. Like it's so, you guys have such a strange relationship. My dad, the rats were a little bit smarter in Florida. They're also like a little bit grangier because they have to like survive. They don't have like ample cigarettes to eat here. They have to work for their keep. They figured out that they could go down to my wine cellar and knock rum bottles off the little like slots that they have for the rum. And they would fall and they would drink and they would get really fucked up and they'd go on the walls and then have sex with each other. Which honestly sounds good. That sounds good. They had it figured out. They were like, fucking, oh my god, this is awesome. And my dad made the mistake of like every time he would hear that happening, he would run down to try to catch them. But it was always too late. They were too aware. They were like, oh, he's coming. We gotta get out of here. And so one night, my dad had been drinking, and he heard this happening. And he had this this is like 4 years in, he's so tired. And he just goes, let him drink. Let him drink. And he looks at me, and I'm 8, and he goes, because when I get down there, I want everyone to be on the same playing field. And he was right. They were all really drunk when he got down there. And the only thing is I was really confused of like what he thought that they were going to retaliate with. Because he brought down his 9mm handgun. And then when he got down there, I kind of like let him go. Because I didn't want to be in the way of whatever he had to do. And I heard 23 shots ring out.
Oh my god.
And I don't know how much you guys know about handguns, but we're in New York, so probably not that much. A handgun holds 12 shots. So he had to reload. And after the 23rd shot, he reloaded one more time. Shot one more, and then was like, any more would be overkill. Really. And I went down there, gave him a couple minutes, and I went down there and he had shot one rat 6 times. And I don't know if you ever hear the phrase, beating a dead horse? Right? We all know that? Yeah, use shooting a shot rat. It's way better. Its skin separates from its body like an oak leaf. It's terrifying. All right, that's my time. Thank you.
Chad Smith, everybody. The gun safety. What does that mean we're a weed crowd? Is that true?
You guys just did an hour of beat poetry.
That's got nothing to do with drugs. That's like you're like a small mind, man. It's like closed-minded. We laced all the drinks anyway, okay? Everybody here is on acid, so the psychedelic experience has already begun. That's right, 2 drink minimum. The ego death is required at the open mic. Is Marie Cantor here? Let's get Marie Cantor up.
When am I looking at coming on? Soon, probably like around 10 maybe. Yeah, that works for me. Thanks.
Okay. We're gonna do some beat poetry.
Yeah!
And people were lying. I thought they were lying when they say they can't see anybody. I literally can't. So, I have some poems here. I usually write plays, but I avoid doing that. I wrote poetry instead. So I'm going to read some, as many as I can in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Alright? Okay. So the first one is
stumbling onto a talking grave. I once was a child. I'm sorry, let me start over. I was once a child once. I learned wandering eyes love to focus on your smooth, innocent skin, 1,000 ears listening, mouths whispering, this is it. The rat poison goes down smoothly in your new thoughts. There's something about you. You're not afraid. Why aren't you afraid? Why are you not telling me when you look at my melted face? Am I ugly to you? Does my appearance taste like ash? I envy your courage, talking to me, feeling me. I used to feel like you. Do you feel like me? Thank you.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have a title yet. Something might be wrong with me. My mind feels funny and crowded. Not enough space, it feels stuffy. How do I fix this? A broom and trash bins? It feels funny. Not a tickle, but funny and stuffy and crowded. I'm also thirsty. My tongue is wet, but my throat is dry. Not my whole throat, some of my throat, but my whole mind is stuffy and crowded and funny. Only the top of my mouth where the throat begins feels dry, but when I swallow it's wet. But I know I'm thirsty. I'm dry again after a few moments pause. The tip of my tongue is dizzy. No. Fizzy. I can be dizzy. When you're stuffy, funny, and crowded, it can be overwhelming, or boring, or exciting, but not normal. This is why I ask, am I thirsty or just dry?
Yeah.
And I have one called Waking Up. This one, hopefully I perform it how I want to perform it, but you never know. Okay, so Waking Up. I'm writing this now and quick before I forget the order of burning words in my head. Today I decide to wake up. Fast, quick, the words I feel never look the same on a page, but that's the fear that I sweat from. The taste of salt in my eyes, I'm writing this quick, 5 minutes click. When I reach the end of my page where I can see, I'm still asleep, not yet waking. When will I wake? I thought this was it. Am I not done? When will I wake? I want to wake up. I can't wake up. Let me wake up. I'm smothered by stuff. Why aren't I awake? Unaware of the little pains in my neck, but I hear so many dots of sound. Wake up. You're lazy. You're worthless. How dare you think you can not wake? Stay asleep. You disgust me. I love. Go back to bed. Let the sand seep in your ears once more. Go back to sleep. No, I'm waking up.
Yeah.
This one is my least favorite, but apparently everybody, whenever I say that, they're like, no, that's my favorite. And I was like, okay, that's your opinion. So this one is Seeing a Tree at Night in My Yard. She stands sideways, dark edges that look like lines reaching the stars. Our lone tree, she reaches so far. She reaches Orion, the worshipped warrior. This lone tree dreams of fighting too, to celebrate victories, and have statues made in her honor. Our lone tree dreams, but when the night fades, you see that she is no lone tree. No, she is just a tree, with roots buried deep in dirt with bugs and slugs, and reaches for the sun to be strong, because it is a tree used for nests, caring for souls with real dreams. Just a tree that you believe sings when the wind crashes its leaves. Trees scream and no one believes me. Okay, I don't know how much time I have left. This one's kind of long, so.
Maybe like, do you have a shorter one? Or?
No, that would be it then.
How long is it?
Free cantor, everybody. Thank you. Great job. More pot smoking, more beat poetry. That's right. Edibles. Psychedelics. Ketamine. Just gonna yell out random drugs. Do we have Hightower? All right, let's get Hightower up here, everybody. Hightower.
What's going on, creative family? My name is Mark Hightower. I am
What's your name?
a musician slash singer slash poet, whatever you want to call it. I'm a creative like you guys. I'm going to do I'm going to switch it up a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoy it, okay?
Yeah. Like way up here.
I said, hey, yo. Like a Navy SEAL moving in stealth, or the Jamaicans after Sha'Carri Richardson talked all that shit. I want all the smoke. You think it's a joke? Well, go ahead and try and scramble and get your egg yolked after I crack your shell and leave you dipped and battered. French toast. And to any man of his who's saying that he saw shit, I'm coming after him next so his bae can see what it's like to die on an empty stomach. Bars. You know what? I'm so motherfucking mean with it. I'ma bring that breakfast flip back and do a whole nother scheme with it. For the cheese, I'ma let you watch while I butter your chick cakes. Then I'ma feed that bitch hunger like she ain't never ate. But after she finish eating, you better say your grace because a toast will never jam with this magnum in your face. All that talking is stopping once I get to clicking and popping. When I light up your block, you gonna think I'm Billie Jean when I walk in. But I can box too, and I think that I'm all that. When I floor you, you're gonna be shocked like a wall jack. So if I call you and you act like you don't recall that, then I'ma maul you. Look like you got caught in a bear trap. These hoes be like, why so aggressive? Because I love the fear in the man's eyes when he knows I'm about to hurt him. You get a warning like, chill, don't get beside yourself. You think you could beat me? Homeboy, you lied to yourself. If I even get the feeling like you getting beside yourself, then I'ma convey your belt your body and leave you beside yourself.
Yeah.
My deuce get loose when I shoot. That bitch a thot, she get hot when I squeeze through. She'll make you pop lock, then drop, no dance move. I call you Kevin Bacon the way you left shaking. No foot loose. Like a singer that can't riff, but excuse me. Like somebody that can't sing but always trying to riff, you better run off. Cause I got a gun so big, one shot will tear your roof off. Your dude will get ragged if he brush me kinda off, so you better relax in here if you don't want me to wig off. I also got an uppercut for you catfish bitches. You know, the ones with 6-inch lashes but can't do dishes. The ones who want child support but got beef when the father visits. The ones who hair was always done but they forgot about their children. You ain't gotta be a Pisces playing swordfish for you to sleep with the fishes, cause I will slap you smooth to sleep just to wake you up and tell you to do them goddamn dishes. This next line to have you looking at the time, cause I will spit in your face to see if I can heal the blind. This blade will take half your thoughts. I call it peace of mind. Code name Morpheus, the way I'm trying to free your mind. White boy in the studio, you ain't used to this type of flow. I sure enough am the meanest. You think I'm Leroy with the glow? I'm taking you to the cleanest. That means I'm washing you dirty hoes and leaving you balled up in the corner like I forgot to fold them clothes. I'll stick this blade down your throat. This ain't no freaky fetish porn. Get to clapping on your back. That's how you toot your own horn. If I have to come back, you gonna regret the day you was born when I get to blacking out and leave half your face gone. You ever play spades? Yeah. Yeah? Well, you'll get booked playing like anything's possible. So try your hand and get jacked. I'm trying to carve that heart about you. My top 5 isn't all black. Even my ace will cut the fuck about you. So stop bluffing like you hard, cause ain't nothing wild about you. Ambitious porn star. That means you're fucked if I go harder, cause I'll keep adding to these bodies like the hot gates in Sparta. Why bother? You can't bang with the kid. So like a girl that wipes from the front to the back, you on that pussy shit. Now that's round 1. My name is Mark Hightower. My Instagram is Mark_Hightower_official. Follow me and I'll see you guys there.
Hell yeah! Mark Hightower, everybody. Bars. Mars. Mars. All right, can we get Teresa Gelsomini up, everybody? Teresa Gelsomini here. Let's have a big round of applause. Great poet.
Hey everyone.
Yeah.
Hey. My name is Teresa Gelsomini. I'm a 24-year-old artist and I live in Brooklyn right now.
Yeah.
So this first poem is about making dinner and feeling kind of disjointed while making dinner. Take the heat off and light it again. I forgot. Skipping steps in my sideways kitchen. It's dark again, which means my friends come in. Black spots that crawl around my eyes, the cockroaches of my mind. And one's on my spoon. Travis likes to hang with the food, Beth stays near the sink, and little Timmy gets sticky with the toothbrushes. I've thrown out 3 by now. It's sweet, this bond we have. I'm almost never alone. My friends crawl in all kinds of places. Our kitchen is like a graveyard. Tombs of folded up, peel apart pest traps. I take my ramen to my room, where the heat is off again. And again, 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 and I forgot what I was doing. Again.
Yeah.
This other one, I wrote on the subway here, so it's like a very hard draft. But I think I'm gonna read it. It's kind of angsty. The last time I was here, I read something that was pretty angsty. So yeah. I'm in a relationship right now and it's very loving, but there's times when it's very complicated. And so that's what this is kind of about. Am I your wonder girl? Why are relationships so hard? I can't tell if I like myself too much or not enough. Is it a naivety? A romantic heads in the clouds? But shouldn't we be having fun? Shouldn't this feel new? After 2.5 years, or shouldn't it at least feel stable after 2.5 years? I never thought I'd be in a relationship and there's 2.5 years. I guess I'm not one for stability and maybe that's not your fault. On a flip, I can go from feeling fine to feeling like I don't know you, you don't know me. I want to be worshipped, have a kind of unknowing that's idealized. I want someone to look at me and feel starry. I want to feel those butterflies knocking out the rats and the roaches of my heart. Because after 2.5 years, the exterminators stopped coming. And fuck long distance, and fuck commitment, and fuck me for stalking all of your exes and the one guy that you went on a date with before we started dating. Why are relationships so hard?
Yeah.
Teresa Gelsomini. Gelsomini. Sorry. Fuck. I heard, you always hear teachers be like, if I fuck your name up, I'm sorry. They're like, you're an idiot, just say it. Sorry, it's hard. All right, can we let's get back from Europe on a whirlwind tour. Ladies and gentlemen, a great poet. Let's have a big round of applause for Matt, the existential Minch. Gonna read some awesome poetry just back from Europe.
Give it up for Matt Proctor, come on. Seriously, this is awesome. This is so awesome. Yeah, so I just got back from 2 months of broke-ass vagabonding around Europe. And I wrote some shit about it.
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube.
This is about getting back here, though. This is New York, part 1.
Maybe.
I was back in New York City again, where money and time disappeared at the same velocity. And you had your choice of sweltering heat or of bone-chilling cold, of beer or of tonic wine, of poverty line or of below poverty line. And the more madness you created after midnight, the more they rewarded you with crippling debt, with deafening seclusion. Dead man on a car horn times 9 million. A train every 20 or 30 minutes. Stacks of bills as high as the skyscrapers they come from. The soul is gone. The fire has leaked out of my eyes and into the gutters that lie in the shadows under theoretical stars. I was back in New York City again, just unpacking my things and dreaming of a leisurely jaunt to euthanasia and you.
Yeah.
More. This one's called London Morning. There's people on the streets at 3:30 a.m. Oslo is still raging outside. I half expected a ghost town after 2. This could almost be New York. But the streets are clean and the air is potable. And now, 70 quid to get to an airline who will most certainly rape and ravage the inner linings of my wallet. Like Railroad Bill said on the bus to Glasgow, next thing you know, they'll be charging you for the toilets. And all this just to experience a Baltic autumn, and the slightest chance of cleaner lungs, a beating heart, and the sunrise during wartime.
Yeah.
This one's called Mr. November. Kind of have this thing every year that I go in the autumn and just get fucked. Anyway, November is always the same, every year. Second-hand coat, roll your own smokes alone. Find a woman who will have me, pay her 400 euros on the 1st for lodging, fuck off elsewhere before the 30th. It's cold, but not cold enough to be of any significant comfort. Too much love or none at all, unusually longing for human heat. November holds no in-between, it takes no sides. Friends crawl back to office spaces, flights get canceled. Debt begins to slowly tighten its grip around my throat. Follow the old man into the street as my shadow screams. Excuse me then, Mr. Bouncer, where do the lonely November women congregate in this town? Because I used to be attractive, maybe even charming, for decades. But that fades with age and with decay, with the wisdom of knowing the difference. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm at the Existential Mensch on Instagram. Thanks, Matt Parker.
Yeah.
Matt the Existential Mensch, everybody. What is your last name? I'm sorry. degroat. Matt degroat. He's got a lot of great publications. Check out his Instagram profile because he's got a lot of great poems that are published all over the internet. And they're great stuff. Thank you. We're thrilled to have you back. Thank you for coming out. We're doing a small poetry get-together, by the way, this Friday at Zlad's apartment. So see me for details if you want to check it out. It's going to be like a salon. It's going to be a small poetry salon. So we're going to do some readings, and it'll be like an off-post of this. But can we get Megan Krantz, another great poet? Let's have a big round of applause for Megan Krantz, everybody.
Alright, so this first one is a sestina, which is a form of poetry which uses six-line stanzas, each using the same 6 words at the end of each of its lines in different orders, followed by an envoy of 3 lines using 2 of those words in each line. So that's why it sounds pretty weird. This is called Romance. She captures his attention with the jewels that pulls her earlobes till they're pale pink rose. He asks her if they hurt. She says he's sweet, but beauty has a price. Like poetry, she moves artistically, and bold as wine intoxicates them with her sweet perfume. He buys expensive bottles of perfume. He showers her with multicolored jewels. He packs her picnics, bringing amber wine, and wakes her every morning with a rose. He offers her seductive poetry and gives her gifts of chocolate to be sweet. She takes his candy, tells him it's too sweet, and proudly flaunts another man's perfume. She laughs at his attempts at poetry, demands that he buy more expensive jewels. She tells him she's allergic to the rose he bought and gets drunk off the wine. He sits alone drinking the cheapest wine, absorbs the bitter, waiting for the sweet. She always left the bed before he rose, and only left her lingering perfume. He's broke from spending all he has on jewels to try to win her heart, and poetry has never sounded less like poetry. He binges, drowns his sorrows in the wine, and can't remember why he bought the jewels, and all he knows is life's no longer sweet. So taking one last whiff of her perfume, he shrivels like the last remaining rose. She never sees his grave or leaves a rose, or honors memory with poetry. And every day she wears the same perfume that drove him to his grave. She drinks his wine with other men who tell her that she's sweet. She sells his gifts to buy herself more jewels. She never cared for him, just rosé wine. His poetry had always sounded sweet, but not as sweet as jewels and new perfume.
Very nice. It scans too. You want to sustain its dome. The real sustainer.
All right, and this one's called Afterthought. I wonder what it must be like to exist as you do. What must it be like to billow in vibrant white and unmistakable yellow? What must it be like to have raw appeal? What must it be like to be the dream that invents a new form of madness, and a temptation that exists only to be loosely resisted? How does it feel to have your words reverberate instead of tangle? And how does it feel to have your feet sparkle instead of stumble? How does it feel to be chased in mad pursuit instead of rising unmistakably empty in a spiral of echoes? And what if I too learned to sketch sunflowers? What if I too learned to traditional dance? What if I too sewed roses into my skin and soaked my clothes with mango fragrant perfume, and ran with the fairy tales given to me, and grew to reach the shelf with the candles? Could I exist as more than slow shuttered silt? And could I exist as more than just an afterthought?
Yeah! Fantastic. Megan Krantz, everybody. Great stuff. Fantastic. It's a serious poetry night. It's a serious poetry heads.
We're very serious, we're very drunk.
That's the best. That's how you get serious. You get drunk, and that's when the gods and the spirits speak through you. Is Aaron Gammon here? I really want Aaron Gammon to perform. He plays the Bob Dylan songs in Washington Square Park. He's phenomenal. Hopefully next time. Jason Trachtenberg. Let's get Jason Trachtenberg, the master entertainer. What can I do?
So you're trying to say that a guy who plays Bob Dylan songs in Washington Square Park didn't show up?
That's right, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, here we go. Thank you very much, Matt, by the way. Thanks.
That was awesome. Hell yeah. That was dope. Thank you. I had to work. I totally wanted to be there. That was awesome.
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity. I don't take this lightly, as everybody knows. Okay, I have a brand new piece I'd like to debut here on the stage. Never performed anywhere. Brand new. So it's it'll be nice to be able to work it out a few times, but this is it. So here we go. Here's the concept. I came up with the concept, and I wrote this, and this is the piece. So all of the famous songs have their own card, right? Okay, now here's what's actually going on. All the famous cards have their own song, right? All the most famous cards in the playing deck have their own song. I can think of several notable examples. Probably you might be thinking of the same ones I am. Notable famous cards with their own songs. Ace by Motorhead, Lemmy, right? I'm not and is there any other ones? That's number one.
Queen.
One more time?
Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts by Juice Newton.
Right.
1981. That was a weird song.
Yeah.
I hear some coming back there. Two of Hearts by Stacy Q. That's the one. You guys remember that? That was an unfortunate time in pop music history. 1989. It's like two of hearts, two hearts that beat as one. I need you. I need.
Yeah,
that's dope. I need you. I need. Remember that? That was a very low moment in pop history. There's a couple others. There's also. The Jack of Hearts, which the Bob Dylan guy knows, which is on side 2 of Blood on the Tracks. He's probably playing that song right now. I should say. And then of course there's the Vlad would know about the Alexander Pushkin short story, also the Queen of Hearts. And then am I forgetting any other ones?
Diamond by Rihanna.
Which one?
Diamond by Rihanna's Family.
That's not about cards, is it?
But it's diamond.
No, but that's not. Shine bright like a diamond. That's kind of annoying. No, it's not about cards. It's not about cards. I tried putting on. I don't know. I was about to tell a personal story. That was way too romantic.
Poker Face.
Oh, by Lady Gaga, not Lady Gaga. Right, by Lady Gaga. That's right. So that's about cards, but that's not about a card in particular. Okay, so let's bring it back in. That was really good. That was really wonderful audience participation. That was very good audience potato chips right there. The two other notes that I have in my notes that did not come up were two things that aren't cards, but often get confused with cards, and that's Ace of Base. Remember that? That's not a card. And that's a band. And then Duke of Earl, which was a song from the 50s. Like a doo-wop, which still no one knows. No. Then you'll remember that song and not the song I'm going to do. It's an old theater trick. Don't do someone else. Yeah. And no one actually knows who the Duke of Earl, what that song's about, or who that's about. I know. Okay. So here we go. Let's do this song. Here's the concept. I felt all the most notable songs got their own cards. You know, Ace of Spades, Queen of Hearts, and right, Two of Hearts, right? But what about all the cards that didn't get their own song? So that's where this new piece comes in. This song has 4 titles. and so I'm open to suggestions as to which one you'd like to pick. It's either called All the Obscure Cards. I'm not really into that one. The Deck of Disrespect. Okay, this one might be my favorite. The Cards That Got Forgot. Or the Undercard Cards. Let's pass it off to the song then. That was the intro. Okay. No, it's a quick song. Don't worry. Quick, it's not like one of those. It's just one page. Okay. So this is the first time ever performing this. So you can say you heard it here first. If I become known for this song, because you never know which one you're going to become known for. I thought I was going to become known for. I wrote this new version of the Happy Birthday song about 11 years ago. Not necessarily. So I thought for sure I'd get known for that one. So if I get known for this one, you can say you heard it here first. So you never know, songwriters, comics, and poets out there, you never know what piece you're going to get remembered for.
Yeah.
It's often the one you think it's not. So it's probably going to be the one. Oh, I remember Jason Trachtenberg. Here's that songwriter who did that song about all those cards that no one's heard of. So you still know. You can't make up history. I covered everything. Ace of Base. Okay, excellent. Here. This song is. This song. You know what this song's called. Actually, it's more like, what is the song not called? Okay, thanks. And totally unnecessary throat clear. That was just a mechanism sort of thing. Alright, here we're speaking of mechanisms. Is this as much fun for you as it is for me?
Yeah, it's kind of.
Okay, great. I should hope so. Okay. This song is called, for argument's sake, The Deck of Disrespect. Thanks. Dealer, deal me a hand and take 'em from the top. But dealer, don't you deal me just some now, any old hand. Deal me the cards that time has forgot. Whoa. Here come the cards. The 4 of clubs, the 7 of hearts, the 5 of diamonds. It's all here in the cards, in the deck, and I'm sorry, in the deck. What the fuck chord is that? The G? It's like the chords that got forgot. The deck of disrespect. Second verse. Sorry. Let's see if we get it the second time. I got 3 chances at this. Card counting them cards and place them on the table. Try not forgetting all the money I lost, but remember these cards if you are. Practically writes itself. And here comes some more cards. The 6 of spades, the 7 of clubs, the 9 of diamonds. The cards that got forgot. Check out this new chord. That's a new one. In the deck of disrespect. Third verse. Yeah. My last chance. If I don't get it right. Last verse. Blackjack. 7 card stud. Kings and queens be damned. Sometimes every card is just like the 7 of clubs. Regrettable, forgettable, just hand me a hand. Okay, here we go the last set of chords, the last set of cards, and chords. The 8 of hearts, the 3 of clubs, the ace of diamonds, the ace of diamonds, the ace of diamonds actually deserves its own song. And I'm gonna write the ace of diamonds next week, thank you.
Jason Trachtenberg, ladies and gentlemen. A master of the introduction.
Oh my gosh, yeah, sorry about that.
The introduction was masterful. Fantastic. Thank you, Jason Trachtenberg. Get his CD. It kicks ass.
I got CDs for sale.
Get it. See him get the CD. I've been listening to it on my MacBook from 2012 with the Super Drive. Let's have some more music. Can we get Michael Torpizer? Is Michael Torpizer still here? Let's get Michael Torpizer up here. Big round of applause.
And all the way in from the back.
You want to stand? Yeah, let's put this here.
Everybody hear that?
Yeah.
Good. Hi, everyone. Ooh. Delightful sound. All right. Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
My name is Michael Torpizer. I have a band. We're called Yellow Birch Road. We just released an EP last month. Thank you. We're on Spotify. We're on Bandcamp. You can find us at Yellow Birch Road on the Instagram. And thank you very much. It was quite a process. And now I'm trying to get the word out there. So give us a listen. And this is a song from that EP that I wrote. It's kind of a breakup song, but it's about moving past the breakup. It's called River. So hope you enjoy.
Keep going, keep going.
sound that. All right, that works.
That's all I got. Thanks again. What's your name?
I'm good to unplug.
Yeah, you're good. What's your
out.
name? Stella. Okay. What is it? Matt. Yeah.
Michael Torpizer, everybody. Torpizer. Topizer. The Midnight Pie. At the Midnight Pie. Great stuff. You hear that reverb? It's beautiful.
It's excellent.
Let's get, Natalie. The great Natalie, everybody. She said she was going to be here, and she's here. So let's have a big round of applause for Natalie. Sorry.
Sometimes I say I'm gonna come and I don't. I'm sorry about that. I love you.
I'm trying to get through people. I understand. Maybe the next part. I'll tell them that.
Money is an energy. If making money is a form of creation, as in, how can I make something out of nothing, like God? If making money is creation, then the strip club is my best form of manifestation. He used to always ask me why I started dancing. Of course, I said the money. He says he knows it was the attention. My mother says the same. Karma is the universe. Justice is self-made. I just wanted to feel like I made my own way.
Yeah.
That's the first one. So yeah, I work at a strip club and I write poetry about it. And thanks. Okay, and this one, I work with some really dope women. So I wrote a poem about that.
Yeah.
Notes from a hustler, or a love letter to hustlers. When the DJ asks what kind of music I like to dance to, I tell him I like that get money music. Just know when the money hit the floor, I'm also checking the balance of my Shopify store. The customer asked my biggest dream, and now he thinks I have no aspirations because I can't just divulge all my plans to a stranger. This poem is a love letter to hustlers, not the movie. And fuck J-Lo. Let me tell you how she came to interview my girls at the club and only tipped $200. Let's discuss how she stole their stories. That's fact, not drama. My girls create culture. My girls are scammers and they play fair. I'm so sorry, baby, there's cameras in here. I make money with my words, just let me talk inside your ear. My girls are artists. My girls make their own outfits and sell them in the club. Call every girl a one of one. My girls are nail techs, realtors, estheticians. Business cards on the dressing room table. My girls got ambition. We kiki and we barter lashes for garters, and that's just for starters. My girls got a 4-year gap on their resume. My girls are felons. My girls, they just fell into this. My girls could sell blood to their menstrual cycle. My girls could sell prayer to the church. What do you know about community? Solidarity. My girls are gangsters. My girls are Ivy League. Some my girls FSSW, if you know what that means. The woman before me, they ran so I could walk. So I'm just paying what I owe. I call that a good talk. Thank you.
Natalie, bring in bars. Jesus Christ. That is some real shit. I love it. I live the life. I thank you for fucking telling it. I love you, Natalie. You're amazing. You're a great, great fucking artist. Natalie, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for coming back. We love it having you here. Absolutely. All right, let's get, Jesus Christ. Is Ben Shields, or do you want to, let's get everybody, the bartender, your bartender, Ben Shields does a lot. He's getting everybody drunk. Everybody here is drunk because of Ben Shields, great writer. He edits a magazine. Ben Shields, everybody.
Hi everybody. I love working this event.
What's your name? Jolie.
Okay, so this is once again kind of halfway through, but no preface is necessary. Yusuf held a tray of 3 champagne flutes, which he balanced effortlessly on one hand, distributing them before we'd even entered the foyer. I embraced him warmly and introduced him to Osama. "Divine to meet you," he said in English, but the two lapsed immediately into Arabic. I didn't mind at all. We made our way to the rooftop. "You aren't kidding," he whispered behind me. "He's the most gorgeous boy I've ever seen. What bone structure." He seated us at a round oak table by the bar. The temperature had fallen with the sun, so he brought over an electric heater that glowed like a jack-o'-lantern in the twilight. "I'll be right back with the food," he said giddily, topping off our champagne. I put a hand on Osama's knee. "How you feeling?" I asked. I moved in to peck his cheek, swooning from the champagne and the velvety warmth of the heater. Something was wrong. He looked ill, the color of his face draining before me, a layer of sweat seeping from his forehead despite the breeze that was dancing across the patio. For a moment I couldn't speak. Osama's mouth was agape, his expression in a corpse-like paralysis. "What is it?" Too much preparation had gone into this. I couldn't afford for the night to fall apart. Osama wiped his brow and managed a nauseated smile. "Nothing. Nothing at all. The heater. It's just a bit too warm," he stammered, rising to move the lamp a few inches away. "I'm fine." I felt the lie hang in the air like smog, just as I felt the false, patronizing note in my response. "You must be a bit nervous. Don't be intimidated. Yusuf is like a teddy bear." I refilled my champagne flute, already struggling to stand from inebriation. Osama's lip quivered. "Do you want to go home?" I played the question in my head, heard it in my own voice, but instead I drank in silence, avoiding Osama's frail countenance. Yusuf returned with bread and butter, followed this time by a servant who distributed a spread of shared plates. Yusuf dismissed him without a word, just the wave of a hand. "He's been helping me lately," he said, stuffing his face with meatballs, bits of which sprayed across the table obliviously. "A barber from Nablus. Very good looking. Strong jaw, isn't it? He can be pretty boring, though. He doesn't drink. Muslim." Our host rolled his eyes so far back, I wondered if they would tumble out his jaws with the next chunk of crab cake. He buttered a hot roll and passed the bread basket, saying something about getting older, then polished off the last of the champagne bottle. It was all said and done in the manner of someone with all the time in the world. One by one, he exhibited traits I'd been excited to show Osama. Instead, I had the feeling that whatever was ailing him, Yusuf's persona would only magnify the symptoms. From then on, it was to be all about Osama. Yusuf pelted him with questions: where he had grown up, gone to school, how had he settled into Jerusalem. The host was well-traveled in Jordan and made numerous informed, ingratiating remarks about locales in Amman and places I'd never heard of. With each question, I became less important, which gave me opportunity to study Osama intently without notice. Any trace of his earlier emotion had disappeared. He spoke almost as if he were used to people like Yusuf, but with the appropriate sheepishness to enamor our host with a little naivete. Now I was feeling uneasy, indigestion and acid reflux setting in after the onion soup course. Had I been imagining the look of terror earlier? Osama made a remark about a cafe in Amman, something about the proprietor, and Yusuf almost fell out of his chair from laughing. Osama hollered something in Arabic, apparently an impression of the person with which they were both familiar. No sound came out of Yusuf's mouth. He was laughing so hard. "You brought a comedian," he roared, sloshing half a glass of Merlot on the tablecloth. After that, English disappeared from the conversation. I was irrelevant. By dessert, Osama's hand was resting in the host's lap. The servant delivered espresso, which had a calming effect. My goal had been met. They seemed inseparable. I sat back, finished the espresso in one gulp, and announced my departure. No one protested. Osama stayed on the rooftop while Yusuf saw me out. "You're a saint," he whispered, pulling me toward him, his breath casting a film-like heat over my ear and the side of my face. I shivered and reluctantly returned his embrace. On the walk home, I found a pharmacy still open and bought several rolls of chewable antacids. From my window, I stared at Yusuf's tower, waiting to see how long it would take for him to turn the lights out. The minutes dragged on. Finally, I gave in to exhaustion and sank into a thin, fitful sleep. We'll end on a cliffhanger. Ben Shields, everybody. He's an editor of Grand Journal. You can find him on Instagram. Tip generously. Great stuff. That was wonderful. Great writing. Thank you, Ben Shields, everybody. One more time. All right, we're gonna have some comedy. Can we get Joe Levy up here to do some comedy for us? Comedy, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys for bringing it out. Here's a round of applause. Woo! I appreciate that. It's funny, I don't usually come to places like this, and it's kind of fancy in here, you know what I mean? Here's what I know it's fancy. When I came to sign in, he asked me for my last name. Like, what's your last name? Like, last name? Damn. Getting real in here. Thank you guys, man. I was doing a lot of thinking while I was up here, man. I seen the last date I was on. Weird date, man. I went on a date with this girl, and then midway through, she got really upset at me for being too self-centered at her. I was mad confused. I was like, self-centered? I'm stalking you. I'm in your closet right now, wearing your underwear. I don't care about you, baby. It's about me. I needed help, though. I just went to an owl, you know? People say that owls are wise. You know, if owls are so wise, then why am I dumb when I ask one for help? I went to an owl. I was like, yo, owl, I need to go for my ex. He was like, who? I was like, my ex. He was like, who? I was like, fuck, this guy's right. Cares about her, you know? Then I was like, yo, owl, I also have a restraining order. He was like, you're on your own with that one. That's for you to take care of, man. I moved out of my parents' house recently. Thank you, man. It's not good. I hear gunshots now while I'm trying to go to sleep. You know how annoying that is to hear gunshots while you're trying to sleep? I just want to go to them and be like, yo, guys, can you save this for when I'm trying to wake up? You couldn't sell this in the morning? I don't even need an alarm clock. Just throw a sandwich outside and, you know, watch them fight. All right. That's kind of mean to say. All right. You guys are all evil. It's okay. Really, you guys are all evil in here. I know it. I see your eyes. I mean, not now because it's bright, but over there, I can see your eyes. I moved out of my house, but I love my family. My sister had a baby recently. I got applause for my sister and a baby. It's awesome, man. I'm an uncle now, man. You know what I hate? I hate the fucking voice adults make when they see a baby. Right? They're like, oh my god, is that a baby? Oh, I want to hold the baby. I want to squeeze the baby. I want to eat the baby. Such a fake voice. And I don't know about you guys. I'm a real motherfucker. I'm not making no voice, you know? I'm just like, yo, hey, Sarah, hand over the child. Let me hold the baby. Can I squeeze the baby? Let me eat the baby. Can I eat the baby? What? How can I eat the baby? Also, I'm Jewish, so they're gonna circumcise him. They're gonna, you know, cut his penis off. Well, that's what it is. We're being honest, man. Like, that's for the fuck. I went to fucking yeshiva, but still, man, it's a little much if you ask me. Like, you just got him, and you're already gonna ruin it. Like, that's like when I was a baby, and my sister would get a new Barbie doll, and immediately I'd bite the head off it. You know, like let her play with her first. You know what I mean? But I went to the bris, right? And I'm the worst guy at this bris because I know it's wrong and I'm still partying. Like everyone else is like, wow, this is an amazing ceremony. They're drinking and eating. I'm just there like, wow, they are mutilating this baby. Anyways, this bagel is delicious. You know what I mean? I'm still eating lots, drinking. I mean, that boy's crying in the corner. My boy, man. You know, this ever happened to you? Like, you ever like ask someone if the seat next to them is taken, and they get too excited saying no? You know what I mean? They're like, no, come right ahead. Please, like, bro, I don't want a massage. Just like, that happened earlier over there. You guys are all great, the people I'm gonna have to sit next to in a second. I'm talking about my grandma for a second, man. My grandma has dementia. And the thing is, I didn't know my grandma had dementia. Like, I just thought my grandma had a crazy life. I swear to God, bro, I believed all her stories. I was talking like, wait, grandma, you were a doctor and a lawyer and a pirate? That's insane, man. That's crazy. I don't mind dementia, personally. I don't judge and shit. You know, some people judge, I don't judge. Yeah, thank you, I appreciate that. You have it?
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
I appreciate the sympathy.
Yeah, no, that's why you keep talking, because of the dementia. No, it's not early. It's been there for a while. I can tell. Anyways, yo, my dad came to me and was like, yo, Joe. My dad's like, yo, Joe, if I ever get dementia, let's make a pact. I want to take me to a cliff and fucking kill me. I was like, yo, Dad, you told me that 5 minutes ago. You guys are great. Thank you so much.
The comedy stylings of Joe Levy, everybody. Funny stuff. Thank you for coming out. All right, I've got somebody on the list named B. B. B.
I'll text you.
What's your name? What's your name? I can put you on there.
She snuggled into the stranger, smelling his stink as he began to drift away, but she purred for him anyways. For a moment, she would savor him and his warmth, the rising and falling of his chest against her cheek, his heartbeat, the way his body moaned against hers. Only but a few moments prior, they were entangled, scratching and gliding, singing and exclaiming. But now,